Okay, in a previous video I showed you how to adjust the action on an acoustic guitar or a ukulele. Now I'm going to be showing you how to just adjust the action on an electric guitar. Alright, so the first thing you need to know is that there's a few different type of bridges. The One of the most common bridges that I feel would be this. I'm sorry, I don't know the names. Um, this kind of bridge. Another another bridge that you'll find on Les Pauls and stuff like that are these, and I'm pretty sure these are called tunematic bridges. Um, to adjust these, it's a lot simpler than the one I just showed you, so I'll show you this one first. What you're going to need is, and I'm not going to be able to do it to this because I already have the action exactly where I want, but I can tell you what to do. You'll see a screw here and a screw here. They're both flatheads, and all you need to do is uh, tighten to lower the action. When you tighten both these screws, you lower the action. When you loosen them, you raise it. And you want to just make sure, the only thing you have to look out for is you want to make sure you spin them each equally. You don't want one side being tighter than the other side, because that'll cause your strings to be, well, lopsided and on an angle, and you wouldn't really want that. So that's pretty much it for that, for the two pneumatic bridges. The Sorry. Now back to this bridge. You're gonna need a drill bit, not a drill bit, sorry, a screwdriver bit, and it looks like this. I don't think I know the size for it. It might say it on here. It's 1/16, but I'm not sure what the name of this tip is. So I apologize for that, but this is the tool you need. Um, what you're gonna see on your bridge is, let's see if I can get on there. There's holes. These are screws that go along here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of them, 2 for each string. And you're going to be tightening or loosening these. Say your action's way too high, you tighten these screws. And the same thing with the other bridge, the pneumatic bridge, is you don't want to have one screw too high rather than the other one. And for the most part, you're going to want them all to be the equal height. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to loosen them and do it very little, like half turns, quarter turns, something right there. You don't want to do it way too much, one screw, and then have to keep adjusting it. So you're better off just doing it all together, but slowly. I didn't really have to do a lot of adjustment to this because the action was pretty good to begin with. So now I'm going to show you something that I mentioned in an earlier video, actually my first video, the only one other than this, is truss rod. And on classical acoustics and ukuleles, there isn't a truss rod, um, and that is because they're nylon strings. And a nylon string guitar doesn't have a truss rod because they don't have as much tension. Steel string guitars and any kind of metal string guitar have it. So it's like the truss rod. If you didn't watch the first video, the screw to adjust it is here, up here, and sometimes that'll be covered with a plate just to make it look a little nicer. As you can see, you just unscrew that. If you have a Les Paul or something with a cover on it, you just unscrew those screws and then take off that plate, and then your truss rod will be in there, the adjustment part of it. Now sometimes, like on this acoustic that I have up here, I guess I'll get it down to show you. The truss rod will be in, as you can see, there's nothing there for a truss rod. The truss rod's actually, see if you can see it. You can just barely see it. It's right under this finger. There's a screw in here for it. instead of having it on top. And I'm not sure if that's all acoustic guitars or just mine. I'm not really too sure on that, so sorry about that. But you know that you need to adjust it, and this is how you can tell. You want to put your finger down on the last fret of your guitar and the first fret of your guitar. Then you want to look at your 12th fret, and your string should be just over it. Not touching it, but pretty close to touching it. And that's where you want, that's how you know if you need to adjust it. If it's way off or it's touching too much or something, then you would need to adjust it. And basically what a truss rod is, if you don't know, is it's actually a line. That line is where they insert it. It's just a metal bar that goes through the neck, and obviously necks are made out of, most of the time, wood. So sorry, most of the time wood. So when the temperature changes, humidity changes, the wood can get a bow in it, or just plain that's how it came, factory settings, it came like that. So a lot of times you need to adjust that because you can get a downward bow like this, or sort of a rainbow like this, and that's obviously going to affect their playing. You'll get buzzes at different frets, and harmonics won't work and such like that. So it's usually the same thing. One thing I forgot to mention is Floyd Rose bridges, which I'm not really familiar with at all. I don't have Floyd Rose. I know they're around, and a lot of people have them. I'm really not sure on how to do those bridges. I think that's about it. Alright. Pretty soon I'm going to be having tutorials on how to play things, and a lot more tutorials on how to fix guitars and do adjustments, and covers. So keep yourself posted so you can check those out if you want to. If you like this video, rate, subscribe, like.